right, now let's take a look at product. And this is the most fun. How do students actually demonstrate their understanding? And there's hundreds of ways that you could look at this depending on the assignment. So we have, in this scenario here, students are asked to write a mission statement to create a project to convey that. Now this could be done as an illustrated poem, a book creator, a digital story, a poster, a movie, and in this example, a music video. So I just wanted to share that with you because I believe it is such an excellent example of how providing these options for students that have that connection to tap into it and to build on their strengths, it also gives you a true window into their way they're thinking about things. The imaging here, the words, the integrated word overs, and the music are a phenomenal way to represent that text to bring it to a whole new level. So I really like this piece. It also applies to like when you look at levels of technology integration and being able to do things that you could never do before we had technology. Certainly, this is a true example of it. So we have that, and then we have identify, create, and explain. Okay, and many times we're given a diagram presented to us, and we will label it or drag and drop. And we can also be thinking about how students can construct their knowledge. So on the slide here, I have different versions of draw, label, and define. On the far left, a young student is going to describe the geothermal process. So just have a quick look at that. And we don't have to watch this, but for example, as an instructor, if this is what I'm teaching, I can put all of those elements off to the gutter or the side or mix them up and say, okay, now drag and drop. I can set the stage, drag and drop them into place, right? And then explain the process, recording it. It's not beautiful. This was recorded in the classroom. The point is, there's a lot of things in play here where a lot of critical thinking is taking place. And by the student explaining it to the teacher verbally and recording that, it really gives you another keen window into their level of understanding. This is build and explain. I believe this was from a high school science class where the student built and explained through the use of video, but literally built the contraption itself. And then on the far right is, you can't see it very well. I don't have a way to enlarge it at the moment, but this is the nucleus of an animal cell. And this is actually a project that was assigned as a PowerPoint presentation. Like, how do you make the nucleus of an animal cell an interesting PowerPoint presentation? You literally don't. And I'm not sure much learning is going to take place as a result of copying and pasting text on a bunch of slides. But in this case, the student was asked to draw. So they had to find images on the web. They had to find in their textbook the images of the nucleus of an animal cell and pick tools to draw them to the best of their, roughly, and then create their arrows, label them, add their definitions. There's a lot of critical thinking, a lot of decisions being made in the process here, far more than a PowerPoint presentation. So not judging the artistic ability of the students, but you're saying, I need you to draw it from scratch. And by doing that, they're constructing knowledge in a way that they wouldn't do otherwise. So those are a couple of different options for identifying, creating, and explaining. Multimodal means of writing a book report. Language arts is a great alternative or provides a great opportunity to allow for alternative products to demonstrate understanding. Look, a book report can be a book jacket. It could be a story organizer. It can be a diorama. It could be a skit. It could be a digital story. So there's so many ways that you can take on writing in a variety of fashions to support demonstrating your understanding of something. And in the next section, we'll take a look at grading considerations.